Hey guys, what's up? It's Chloe K back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys some college advice. I am a senior in college right now, and college just started, so I know you guys probably still need some advice on how does this whole thing work. If you're a freshman, you're like super new to this, or even if you're like a sophomore or junior and you just need some advice about some things about college, I'm here to give it to you. Before this video gets started, we're going to get everything out of the way. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. And comment down below some other things that you guys need advice on, maybe some questions, and I can answer them or find someone who can. But anyways, yes guys, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay guys, so I have some topics written down on my iPad. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So, obviously you guys, some of you guys are new to college, some of you guys are freshmen. So, how do you make friends? Like, what's the best way to make friends if you're coming to a college like I was? I did do enrollment, so I came into college as a sophomore, but it was still my first time being away at college. So, I really didn't have many friends. I pretty much only knew one person that went to the school at the time. So, making friends was very scary, but here are some tips I can give you guys. Number one thing to do is get out of your comfort zone, okay? So this is not high school anymore. You don't know everyone from your hometown that went through elementary, middle, and high school with you. I remember one of the first things I did, like, to get out of my comfort zone was to go places by myself, even though, you don't have a friend or anything like that. Just going out there, finding the different organizations, getting involved. Which brings me to my second point, get involved in activities. So anything that you really like to do, really you just want to find something that you really enjoy, and then you'll meet people through that. The last thing I can say about meeting friends is pairing up with your classmates. So this one is a bit iffy. Sometimes you don't really become close friends with your classmates, but at least, like let's say you have a hard class and you're struggling, or if you need people to study with, starting like a group chat for your class, that could also help you to meet people. And even if they're just your friends in the class, that can still help you out in the long run as far as the class. But then sometimes that friendship, I have a friend who I met her through a class, and so sometimes those friendships go beyond the class. Next thing I have is study tips. So you want to study for your tests and exams and things like that. I'm not the best studier, but I do have 2 tips that could help you guys. So number 1, groups. Personally, me, I'm a mass media major, so a lot of our stuff is group work automatically. But when it comes to like other classes, I never paired up in groups. But honestly, I've seen other people do it, and I've had friends who have been in the nursing program who get into a group of friends and study like that, and that can really help because there's always people who are stronger in some subjects and some are stronger in others, and so you guys can kind of work together, help each other to understand the concepts. Second tip that I have is find a place to study that is not your dorm, okay? So dorms studying, it can be good for late night. You don't want to go anywhere. Most dorm rooms have desks nowadays, but unless you're someone who's really good with that, then that's fine. But personally for me, I was never really good with like studying in my room. There's the bed that I can lay down in and watch Netflix. There's food that I can eat, you know what I'm saying? So there's so many other distractions. So you want to go to a place where you feel like you can get work done. Topic number 3 would be roommates. So typically it depends on your college or like what room you paid for. Me personally, when I went to my first year off to college, I had 3 roommates. It was more of like a suite style dorm. So I shared a room with somebody, and then the 2 other girls shared a room, and then we had like a separate, like a shower, bathroom, 2 sinks, okay? So that's how mine was. I don't know how you guys are. My college is pretty much one of the only ones that still has like traditional, in Georgia, dorm bathrooms, like shared with the whole hall. Thankfully, I didn't have to experience that. But roommates can be a tough situation. Some people become roommates with their friends that they've already known, and some people are rooming with people who they've never met. That was my situation. I was rooming with people that I had never met. So here are some tips I can give you guys to hopefully make it a little bit easier. Number one, make a cleaning schedule. So we have to remember that when you come to college, everyone is coming from different backgrounds. So some people had more responsibility than others. Some people's parents cleaned up after them. Some people had to clean the whole house by themselves. Some people are a little bit more messy. Some people are a little bit more tidy. So it really just depends. So making a cleaning schedule is very important because it kind of just sets like, okay, this is what needs to get done. This is who's gonna do it. So just kind of hold you guys accountable. Now that doesn't always work, but it's definitely something to give a try. Second thing I would say is try to become friends with your roommates, especially if you don't know anyone, but also because you're living with them, and you don't have to be best friends with them at all, but at least try to be cordial. That way when it's like, hey, we need more toilet paper, or hey, this needs to be clean, or hey, could you keep it down, I'm trying to do this. That way it won't be a lot of tension. Try to be kind, and hopefully they'll return that. And the last tip that I have is respect and set boundaries. So you want to respect other people's boundaries because you want them to respect yours. Like, hey, don't touch my stuff, but don't say it like that. But just be like, hey, so I don't mind if you use this, or this, but like, my stuff, kind of like just kind of avoid that area or something like that. Also, don't expect your boundaries to be other people's. So like, don't be like, oh, well, you can use my soap, and then be mad when they don't let you use theirs. It's like, well, it's a little bit different. Alright guys, so here's the thing about classes. First tip I have is to save and check your syllabus. So most syllabuses are online, which is really good, but if your professor is like an old school paper, definitely keep that because you will be able to see everything that's coming up unless they change it, which some professors do. But then, there are some professors who don't tell you what's next. If you ask a question, they're like, well, did you read the syllabus? And so definitely make sure you read your syllabus, save it, try to go over it, see what's due, especially if you have that professor who's like, I'm not telling you anything because everything's on syllabus. And you don't want to be left like looking around like, oh, we had an essay due today? It's like, well, yeah, it was on the syllabus. So just saying, not all professors are going to remind you of that. Next is to get a planner. So some people like Google Calendar on their computer. That's a thing. So I actually have two planners. This one I bought last semester. I also got this planner. This one I got from my school actually. So yeah, I would recommend you definitely get a planner. The next advice that I have, do not buy that textbook until the professor says. And have it ready. Like once they say, okay, we need it, buy it. But sometimes, and a lot of times this happens, and it just depends on the type of class, professors will say, we're not using the textbook this year, or nah, y'all don't need that. And then you would have already bought it and purchased it, then you're gonna have to send it back or keep it. I don't know. It's just a hassle. So I personally learned I just wait. I wait until the first day of class. I have the website pulled up just in case, if there's a limited amount. But unless you're in more of a major where you know that you need that textbook and you gotta get it before because day one you're going in, then I would say that's different. Also, some websites I would give you guys to look up textbooks. Chegg. Amazon has rentals that you can do. They also have like buy them used or new. I always rent my textbooks because I'm not going to use them afterwards. So I rent mine from Amazon. And yeah, or the school bookstore has some, but also school bookstores, remember, they're going to be a little bit more expensive. So yeah. Next thing I'm going to be talking about is finances. So when it comes to college, obviously, we gotta talk about the finances, okay? So one important thing, make sure you do your FAFSA, okay? FAFSA, I don't know how you say it, but you gotta do it, okay? Every year, do it. Write down all your information in there, put it in, see how much money you're getting for grants or things like that, because you don't want to miss it, because you could be missing out on money from the government to go to school. Also, there are loans. If you know you need a loan, go ahead and apply for it sooner rather than later. Get good grades. Getting good grades can help you with grants. So I live in Georgia, like I said, so I don't know if it's different for each state. It probably is, but there's this thing called Pell Grant, and you only, or Hope Grant. And you only get that if you have a certain GPA. So when it comes to free money from the government, they're gonna give it to you if you're a good student and you get good grades. If you don't get good grades, most likely you're not gonna get free money. Also, scholarships. Think about scholarships. Scholarships, I understand, they are a hassle to apply for sometimes, and it can be a lot. But mind you, this is free money, so you kind of have to like do stuff in order to get scholarships. I got a couple of scholarships, and I had to write essays, I had to interview, and that's just part of it. But they're giving you free money, so like to use for school. So I would definitely say try applying for scholarships, and I would even say apply more for the local ones and not so much the ones that are huge, because those ones are gonna have thousands and thousands of applicants. But if it's like an organization from your hometown, that's different. There are not going to be as many people applying. And then, definitely try to be more involved in things, so that way people see that, hey, this person is involved, they're in leadership, they're this, they're that. They deserve this scholarship. So here are some last tips and advice. I would say definitely don't forget to be your own advocate. Now that you're an adult, your parents, you can opt to have your parents know certain things and like call about certain things. But ultimately, like, this is your education, you're becoming an adult, so you have to be able to call the financial aid office, call this, call that. And it is awkward calling people, because I hate talking on the phone. But hey, you gotta do it, because you don't want to waste your time in college. You gotta set appointments with your advisor. If you feel like something's off, or if you're not sure of something, definitely schedule that appointment with your advisor. Most advisors are really good. I have heard of some bad ones who have set people back, not gonna lie. But hopefully you get a good one and they're understanding and they can help you really move forward and progress in your college career. And I would say, this is my personal thing, but definitely make the Lord Jesus Christ a priority in your life, because when times are tough, you're gonna need that to lean into and to pray and to just, ask for help, because everyone needs help. Also, side note, don't be afraid to ask for help. A lot of colleges have mental health help. Also, tutoring. Guys, I forgot to talk about this, but let me talk about this real quick. Tutoring, go to tutoring. In most cases, it's included in your tuition, so you're paying for it anyways. So why not go? I myself am a writing tutor at the university where I'm at, and I can say a lot of people have been like, wow, like I should have came to tutoring sooner. You guys really helped me. And so, they tutor for just about anything. And definitely, like I said, find a group where you can feel in community. Personally, that for me was a college ministry. For you, it may be something else. Once you find that, you can really begin to like have that great college experience that everyone talks about. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And like I said, comment down below if you guys have any questions or want me to talk about certain topics about college. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed semester.